Good morning. After a quick dash to brush my hair. It was more of a ball of fluff than what it actually is now. So I'm just that itty bitty little bit late. But that's all right. We're here now. And I'm just checking that I'm actually live. Yeah, it is. So that's fine. Live on Facebook. So it's a wonderful, beautiful Sunday morning, Sunday the 20th of December. As it's creeping closer and closer to the end of the year, the weather is beautifying. Is probably the only word I can say. It is beautiful outside this morning. Nice, crisp, fresh morning air with the potential of a nice, warm, sunny day here in South Australia. Well, at least here at Port Elliot. So, good morning, Mary. Lovely to see you here. Wonderful to see you here. And I know that I've got Marie. Hello, good morning over on the Be Live page, which is the mytimetv.live. So lovely to have you here this morning already. You must be early risers. I had a little difficulty getting up this morning. I just felt like I wanted to lay in because we are coming up to, probably for most of us, it is a very busy time of our year. But in all ways that we're going to be spending our time, let's see what guidance we can gain here from our cards. And good morning, Kim. Overcast in Sydney. Yeah, look, we are a big country, aren't we? And we certainly do have the variety over the full stretch of every landscape. So I'm going to switch around to the cards. If I'm in the right screen, hang on. Just got to go and get over to there. Good morning, Tracy. Lovely to see you here. Oh, I love the little reindeer ears. I haven't thought to change my avatar to anything different yet. And, oh, you're laying in bed looking at the horses sunning themselves. Wow, yeah. Look, isn't it lovely to lay in bed on a Sunday morning? Well, any morning if we can get away with it. No problems. Just going to switch around to the cards. Now, do remember, as you're looking at the cards, to tune into your messages that you're getting direct from the source that you tap into. Whether that's a psychic ability, senses, all of those clairescences, clairsenses and the rest, or whether it's just that intuitive sense that comes from within, your gut feeling, all of those. Every single one of those methods of tapping in is valid. I like that. Good one, Tracy. You're still in bed too. Wonderful. No, look, I'm happy to be out of bed, and I thought I'd turn that one off. Anyway, I must be live on Twitch as well, because it's suggesting I manage my dashboard directly from my phone. All these different things that we've got as our live streaming capabilities, different methods. It's absolutely wonderful, the technology that we've got. I love it. It's really good. Now, look at these cards. I am using the Rana George deck, as you can see there. I felt like, well, it's Sunday. We can have something that's a little bit more special. As much as these are beautiful cards, each and every one has gold, like gilding type of effect on them. They're absolutely beautiful when you pick them up and sort of move them around, and they twinkle a bit with that golden lettering and the paint and the rest wherever it is on the cards. I'm not going to do that for each of the cards this morning. Good morning, Carol. Wonderful to have you here too over on the Be Live. It's a gorgeous deck. Absolutely gorgeous deck. Looks so much different to what the Gilded Reverie does. And I love using them. They're just absolutely superb. But they do have a bit of a different finish on it. And being Sunday. Oh, Mary, you've lost my sound. I have no idea why it's doing that, because I've got everything set as it normally is. So for Carol, Kim, Marie, have you still got sound? Tracy, have you still got sound? I'd hate to think I'm talking and there's no sound there. So can you let me know? I'm checking the settings and it's fine at this end. Oh, hang on, let me change it to the USB, see what that does. Is that coming up better? It should be. It just came back, right. I have changed the microphone in the Be Live, but Mary, you're on the Ecamm side of it, I can tell, and that was clicked into the correct microphone. So, that's a bit weird, isn't it? But anyway, thank you, Carol, for letting me know via the Be Live too. So, good. I have switched that one over. It should change the sound of it a little bit there, Carol. But let's get on to the cards, because we are busy. We've got things to do. I know I've got a day of guests today, so family. The last of my family rounds at the moment before the Christmas day. Oh, no, it's not. Anyway, we'll keep moving forward. Gorgeous deck of cards. They're absolutely beautiful colours. You can see how there's the little reflection there in some of that. That's because of the golden coloured print and gilding. I call it gilding anyway. So, and good morning, Kathy. Lovely to see you here too. Right, tap in, tune in, and let's go for it. This card here is the lilies. I love how it's actually already in that water sense. The lilies here is in the workspace, right? We've got that. We've got the fox here sitting. They're so different to the Gilda Breviary depictions. I love the difference and how we can interpret these. The fox in the home space. We've got the fish up the top here, swimming around in water. I mean, they do anyway, but this you can see the water. I love it. In the unexpected space. What we've got here, now this is one of the extras. I'm just trying to see the number there, which you can hardly see, is 37. It's one of the, you can just see it as I put the shadow of the pencil over the top. It's the one of the 4 or 6 extras that are actually in the Rana George deck. And this one is fire spirit type. I think it is, actually. I was going to look it up and I forgot. It is spirit, because it's got the fire. There's the ethers and the spirit, like, you know, the globe there, and it's sitting on whatever that is. I haven't read the guidebook for this. This is in your role, okay? And what we have as our outcome is the first card in the deck, which is the rider, and that's like I said, it's the outcome. Now, I'm just going to actually have a look at what that 37 is, because it's a... I also really like the... I'll just place that there so that anyone that wants to buy this deck can see what it is. So here we have our... This is the guidebook that comes with it for those who do like to have the guidance through a book. There's nothing wrong with using guidebooks. The interpretations are valid for how the writer has put them there for us to be a help. And none of them are ever going to be a be-all and end-all. We need to be tuning in and tapping into what it means for us, which is how I do it. I don't read the guidebooks much at all. If I really query it at the time, so it is spirit. That's what that card is. So if I really need to query it at the time, that's what I'll do, is look it up. But I do tend to tap into what is the intuitive senses within. So here we're starting with our intuitive senses and psychic abilities and whatever you're receiving. Yeah, have a look over the cards, which one your eye goes to first. And that will be your focus card for the day. Now, what I'm reading here is the spread, lilies, with that beautiful little demonstration there, you know, the depiction of what the water is. The lilies are in that workspace. Now, I suppose there are some tasks that we're going to consider work. Look, many of us are still working right up until Christmas Day. Some are even working on Christmas Day. But today, if you are working, here is the energy of the lilies, that feeling of peace and contentment as you're cruising through your day, basically. It's allowing that flow of water, because this would be either a pond or a creek, tranquil setting. You can sort of see it's not huge waves like you can see in the fish. See the waves? But it feels tranquil. It gives that sense of peace, tranquility, allowing the still waters to surround you, to feed you, to nurture you. So in the workspace, if there's anything else that's going on around you that feels like it's chaos, just step into that space and remember this card. The lilies are sending you peace. They are giving you that peaceful feeling. And lilies is a bit to do with the ancestors as well. It takes us back to what is and has passed. No, yeah, what has been, what has passed, to bringing it into what is now for us. Because we do have those histories that come into our lives in whatever form, in our families and whatever, even in how business is done too. You know, there's some places that that some of you may be working for, that it's always done this way and that's the way it's got to keep being done type of business, you know, old fashioned and steady and stable, and, you know, feeling some of those little rock in the boat moments, but really cruising along steady and stable because this is how it's been done and always will be. You know what to expect, you know the process and all of that. Other times there could be what is that change now from what has been into what is coming, into the newness and change of what our year's been, and bringing it over and into, which is where the ride is going to take us, but we'll figure that one out as we get there. So have that sense of awareness around what the lilies mean for you in your workspace. Those moments where it's going to be a little bit up and down, take the tranquil waters. Oh, in the fox space. Now this brings to me, we've got many doors in this pathway down what almost looks like a town street, that type of thing. Now keep in mind that the artwork in this is around what is more a Middle Eastern Lebanon. It is Lebanon. I did read that much of the guidebook because I do like to know where the artist is coming from with the sense of how they're drawing their understandings of each of the cards. So it does look like a street, looks like a fox that's probably pretty hungry and looking for something to eat or, you know, somewhere to be, to go. You can imagine that in this situation there probably isn't too many places and spaces that would have its natural, natural as in their den, having their own home space that they've dug in nature in the side of a hill or in a hole, you know, because foxes do live in holes, they're called dens. So it's feeling to me a little bit out of place. So are you feeling a little bit of out of place in your home? Are you over preparing for what is the Christmas season or the holiday season? Are you feeling lost in what's next to do? That's what I'm feeling as I see this poor little fox in the energy of, wow, that looks like a long pathway, a long street, a long corridor, wherever this fox is finding itself. It's feeling lost. I sense that in this, that you need to work at just gaining your direction, standing still, gaining your direction and sussing out which way do you want to move. Okay, and good morning, Rosa. Just noticed that you were there. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. So do stand steady in this, in your home space. Don't get too anxious about what's next or the rest. Just stand steady. Look, it is there is a pathway there. It is it's not a tunnel. There's various little doors and things that you can pop into or knock on if you need help, that type of thing. It's just taking that next step, going further and further on that pathway to doing those things that you need to around the home, to actually getting all the tasks, that list of things to do. That's what I'm sensing around this card for us today. And we've got the fish. This is the fish card in this deck, and it's in the unexpected. So here we've got, like, you can imagine as you're walking along the beach, because that's where fish live, isn't it? It's in water, and not always in seawater, but most of the time it's probably where we do imagine them to be in their most abundant, and where they school and get to being big. Well, actually, I think they are called schools of fish, aren't they? Whether they're a small school or a big school. And the waters are prolific around it. So here we've got, you can just see that beach part, that the grounding, the ground, the little waves rolling over and breaking on that seashore. The fish playing in the water, or are they getting beached? It's an unexpected card, this one. So the abundance today, because they do represent abundance in my eyes, it's just once you see that one in a school, you see the rest, and sometimes you see other fish out there as well. And I'm thinking dolphins that are probably feeding from them, and you might even see a seal. I have seen those locally. And the whales, it's just all different sorts and sizes, basically. So be ready for the surprise, that unexpected of what might fall in front of you. You might wash up in front of you, that metaphorical sense of it. Of that, wow, look what I've found, look what came into my lap, look what showed itself to me, that type of thing. And consider the positives of what that's showing you, the abundance, the positives. I'm just trying to think. I can't think of an example, it's not coming to me. But you will know when you actually have that popping into your day in that unexpected capacity. It's just going to be that surprise. Those moments that you might be out shopping, there could still be some gifts you're needing to buy, and you're wanting to, you've got a lot to do, it's on your list, and you're walking around and you see on the ground something that might be some coins someone's dropped, or, money, or something, things like that just pop in. You might be able to give it back if you've seen someone drop it, and just have that sharing of energy in that capacity. Be ready for those surprise moments of someone that connects with you, that is meaningful, that's going to change your life sometimes too. Be open to all of that. So because this can be life-changing. It's the ocean of possibilities. Okay? And here we have another more etheric, metaphysical, spiritual type of a card. This is spirit. This is the card that we have here in our role. It is opening up and connecting and being aware, on that more conscious level, not just our subconscious level, that we can actually feel and know the presence of those in spirit that are helping us. Those who are our angelic beings and guides and angels, the angels themselves, the guides and spirit beings that do help us. And if we even ourselves can move ahead and help someone that's in spirit, because there are some of those opportunities and tasks. Our role is to actually be connected, to actually have that communication with, communication. It's not just that verbal. It's that beingness and connection with our spiritual side, with our spirit beings that are our... years ago I used to call them my healing... Whoops, I'm covering his face. I used to call it our healing circle, my healing team, basically. When I started learning, doing the massage therapy, the Horstman, the other things, the sound therapy, all the different modalities and techniques and whatnot that I've learnt formally, that there's various parts of that is the connection that we do learn more as we grow, in keeping that connection alive, in flourishing with it, in nurturing it. And we do have to have that communication with our spiritual side and those spirit beings, those angels, to keep it it's the connection, keeping it connected. Okay, have that conscious awareness of your choice to do that or not. When it's really important, they'll let you know, and that you need to be listening. Okay, I'm feeling that's a lot to do with our task today. It is our role to be aware, keep connected. And that's moving us into our outcome of new pathways. Here we've got the messenger. The rider is the messenger, bringing you new messages, bringing you that news that you're needing to hear in the right now. I'm feeling for today it's going to be certainly an abundance of that's going to be connecting with us through our spiritual connection, through our understanding of self, and growing that understanding of self and moving into new realms with that as here, number one today, the start of that pathway. There is lots of energies moving around at the moment in many ways, especially as we're moving in towards for us here in Australia, it's the summer solstice. I'm just going to move that back to there. Oh, whoops, I've got to be on the right page. Moving it back to there. I was in the wrong program. I was in the BLOV, not the ECAM. So, taking the time, making the time, giving our time to actually connect in with what is important for us, especially as we're moving into the summer solstice tomorrow for us here in Australia. For the other side of the world, it is the winter solstice, but it is the conjunction and alignment and all sorts with what is the planetary energies and the time of the year where it's the longest day, shortest night here, and it's the shortest day, longest night on the other side of the world. All of those energies do affect us in our complete being, in that is our chakras, our auras, our extra bodies, whichever way you understand you as your being. It does affect us. We do have those shifts in how we understand things because of those shifts in energies. Tomorrow there's certainly a lot of significance around the world of prophecies and ceremonies and other things that are happening. Look, all you need to look up is solstice. You'll get the energies of, I can't remember what the name of the big one is, but just, tune into what you need to be doing throughout your day to day. The focus is always, we know that there is these forward important events, and yes, sometimes we do need to plan for them, but it's still, every moment of our day is just the now. That's the only important time, because that's what we're living in, is the now. And none of us have that absolute guarantee or certainty of what is the next minute, of what is the next hour. We just know what we hope for, wish for, plan for, but the actual living is now. So be in your moment now. Be in your best you, as you moment right now. And continue to move forward in joy and happiness as you're going through your day to day with this absolutely beautiful weather that I know I'm experiencing here. Wherever you are, regardless of what weather you're experiencing, know that you can decide to be as happy as you want to be, as joyful, as grateful, as whatever you want to be. And look, sometimes it's those sad moments and the other aspects of our emotional fields that we do experience, and that's okay. Just live your life right now in the moment and be the best person that you can be. I'm going to leave it there, and thank you so much for being here. And oh, look, I've just got to put this one up for you, Shaz. I hope you completed your happy birthday yesterday in full glory, because I'm quite sure you did. I know the part that I was able to share with you, I had a wonderful time. Thank you. And it has been wonderful. Thank you, Kim. Have fun with my visitors. Oh, yeah, it is going to be lovely. I know that. Oh, raining. I love the smell of the rain after it's fallen. So thank you, everyone. So anticipating tomorrow, but I'm living in my today right now, because I've got to go and vacuum, even on a Sunday. Till tomorrow. Namaste. Oops, haven't got that straight. There we go. Namaste.